Hey all, it's Johnny Mullet here with another episode of the bus build. Today, the boss was nice enough to let me bring the bus into the shop so I can get a few repairs done. Since the weather's really bad, it's cold and snowing and blowing, and I really don't feel like freezing outside working on my bus. So the bus is here in the shop. So we're going to get some stuff done today. I want to show you the two issues that I'm facing. The first issue is my windshield washer pump. It's working, but it's not spraying any fluid on the windshield. So driving in the crappy, slushy, wet roads, when the windshield gets dirty, I have no way of cleaning them, and the wipers, they just want to smear the wiper or smear the windshield up. So that's where I'm at with that. And the other issue I got is my passenger side headlight. I hit a really bad pothole about a week ago, and the headlight, I just watched it, boom, start bouncing around, and you can see the light on the road in front of you bouncing all over the place. So I figure, well, I better fix that. So while it's here, let me show you what we got going on with the old headlight. Alrighty, here we got, I already got the screws out so I can show you. So I'm going to remove the cover, and as you can see, I have a couple pieces of wood in here holding the headlight still because there's nothing holding it. So let's get this wood out of here. And as you see, there's absolutely nothing holding the headlight. So the glass part of the headlight screws into a headlight bucket. This is the condition of my bucket. It is completely rotted out. As you can see, it's garbage. So we're gonna get this fixed today, and if you guys ain't busy, you want to hang out, I'll show you how to fix this shit. Okay, so here we are, we're all set up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this headlight bucket out of here. First I gotta disconnect it. I know my head's probably in the way. Let me move over to this side maybe so you can see better. There is nothing left of this headlight bezel. I tell you, it's bad. I even doubt the screws are going to come out. Yeah, just like I thought. This is bad, but I got to save these. I got to save this headlight ring, so it's not going to be fun. Here she's coming, finally. A little bit of corrosion. Wow, was that on there? As you can see, there is nothing left of this. Pure garbage. There we go. So there is the headlight assembly and bucket. Nothing left of the bucket. I have a replacement bucket here, brand new. These things run about $100 at the dealership. This is actually out of a Ford E-Series van. It's a used one I found, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same part. I mean, there's the same mounting tabs and everything. So let's get this bucket installed, and man, hopefully I can get my headlights aimed and everything. So let's get this thing out of here. Alright guys, the struggle is going to be real. You're going to watch it as it happens. So I got to get these 4 screws out that hold this ring in, and like I said, they are not going to come out. the screwdriver won't even grab the screw. Oh, I got lucky with that one. I got one. Look at this piece of junk. See if I can get another screw out or not. Hey, I got lucky again. No, I didn't. It broke. But that's okay. Another one. Win-win. That's why I always use quality tools. Alright. There is what's left of the headlight bucket. So, this is the headlight ring. It looks like I broke one tab off, but I can still make it work. And the headlight is still good. I just need to replace the bucket. And like I told you, this was a Ford headlight bucket. I'm just going to go ahead and lay the headlight in here. As you can see, it fits. And the ring also lines up to the holes. So that's a good thing. That's going to be a win. Now I just got to get this broken screw out of here without breaking another tab off of my headlight bezel. And wouldn't you know it, broke right off. So I only have two tabs to hold the headlight in. That is not going to fly. I need to replace this. Well guys, I was totally mistaken. The Ford E-Series headlight bucket it looked just like the other bucket, but it's actually reversed. The two locations where the aiming screws are actually reversed. But I ain't got a choice. I got to get this thing going today because driving at night I can't see. So what I did is I installed the headlight bucket upside down so I can at least use one adjuster screw. And you can see the shiny spring right here. I was able to attach the spring, so the headlight bucket is in. It will move around, as you can see. But what I need to do now is I need to aim the headlight where I want it in one direction. And temporarily, I am going to drill a hole and run a screw into the body so the headlight bucket stays placed and the headlight doesn't move. So that's where we're at right now. I was mistaken, so I suppose maybe a driver's side headlight bucket would work on this side from an E-Series. I don't know. I just happen to have a passenger side one that I tried to install, and it's not the same, but it's better than what I had, which was nothing. Well guys, it looks like it worked. This is really not acceptable in my opinion. I need to find the proper headlight bucket and a new ring. From the dealership, when you replace a headlight bucket, it comes with a new ring and a headlight globe. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy a brand new headlight bucket for the bus eventually. But for now, this headlight is in and it's solid. I aimed it as best as I could using the screw that I screwed the bucket in and this adjusting screw here, which was really hard to turn, but I did get it to come loose. So I'm able to adjust the headlight this way, but not up and down. But where I have it now, it's not going to blind anybody, and I should still be able to see. So, you know, that's a win, I guess, for now, for what I have because I don't have the proper parts and I had to make it work. So we're good to go now, and we are going to move on to the washer pump next as soon as I get this all back together. So we're going to put the bezel in, which goes in like this. And then we're going to go ahead and screw it all in and we will be good to go. Alright guys, now it's time to fix my windshield washer fluid. It won't spray on the windows. Like I said, I can hear the pump running when I hit the button, but nothing's happening. So what I think I got is a clog in the system. So the windshield washer reservoir, let me take you with me here, is down here. You can see right here is the factory washer reservoir, and the pump is under here. But I noticed this pump wasn't hooked up electrically. So when you come on up here, you can see this pump right here. This is an aftermarket universal windshield washer fluid pump that somebody, the previous owner, has installed. So since the pump is running, I know it could be the pump. Even though it's running, it could be weak or not have enough power to push the fluid. But what I think is we have dirt or something, a clog. So I have a little blowgun here, and we're going to blow the lines out. So I'm going to pull this hose, this side off of the pump, which goes into the firewall and up to the washers. So we'll go ahead and we'll give this a nice little blast. You don't want to full pressurize it and blow the hoses apart. And actually it's starting to, yeah, I can see it coming out of the windshield wipers up there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the opposite side that goes down into the reservoir. Now when I do this to the reservoir, it's probably going to make some bubbles down here. I'll take the lid off so I don't blow the reservoir apart. Give it a few more shots. Yep, now it's flowing good. There was a clog. Alright, got her all hooked up. I am going to go jump up into the bus, and keep your eyes on the windshields, and let's see if these washers are working. As you can see, they're working, but for the first time hitting the button, the pump didn't come on. And I had to press the button several times to make it work. As you can see, they're still flowing. But let me try something here. Maybe it's got a bad ground, or maybe the pump itself is going bad. I think what I had here was a bad ground. I am going to clean this ground up and see if we get a better connection out of it. So hang on 1 second. I'm going to pause you. All right, we're back. I have my die grinder, and I want to clean up a nice little shiny spot for the ground. We'll go ahead and clean the ground a little bit, and then the spot. So, now we've got a nice little clean spot for the ground. I'm going to go ahead and hook the ground back up. There, that should make a nice ground. Now I'll go ahead and mount the pump back up to where it was. There we go. And I'm going to double check all my connections. We have a good connection there, and we have a good ground. So now, this time when I go up there and hit the button, I'm going to take you with me. Come on. Ah, yes. Okay, first thing, key's got to be on, and my washer pump is right here. It says washer fluid. Now, I should hear that thing run. It's not. There it goes. And we should start seeing washer fluid coming out of the wipers. That pump sounds really bad. And it takes a long time. As you see, I'm still holding the button. Yeah, that's kind of unacceptable. When you want to clean your windows, you want them cleaned now. You don't want to have to wait for it when you're driving down the road. Maybe the more I work it, try it again. Now it's not working. Now it is. Unacceptable. Well, guys, I think it's time for a new pump. All right, I'm going to call the local parts store and see if I can get a washer universal pump here, and we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I called the parts vendor, and they had a universal washer pump in stock. And this thing is like identical to the one that is on the bus. And it was only $16 and change. So it comes with your positive and negative lead, comes with a piece of hose, and it even comes with some little T's. And do not use these electrical connectors. These are the worst electrical connectors ever. Anyway, let's go hook this baby up. Alright, so I'm going to try to get you guys as close to the action as possible. This is going to be a simple job because everything is pretty much the same as the old. So I'm going to take a Phillips screwdriver. I just got to remember that this hose goes on the left side, and this hose, oh, I just broke it, goes on the right. So, we have a ground that I fixed last time. We'll go ahead and take that off. And we'll take the other screw out. There we go. And I have one wire that is connected for the positive. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and we're going to splice in the new connectors. Like I said, those connectors that were in the package, you do not want to use those. Those are terrible, awful, and not made for the outdoors. So I'm using these regular butt connectors like I showed you in previous videos, and shrink tubing. Okay, this is the positive wire. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And this pump can go in the garbage can. So I'll find me a nice spot here to find a nice clean area. And I'm going to strip the wire like so. I have a new butt connector. We're going to slide it on there like that. And then I'm going to crimp it on. Just like that. Now the new pump, I don't need all this wiring, so I'm going to shorten it up. We'll go ahead and cut some of this ground off. And we'll go ahead and cut some of this positive wire off. I don't need all that wire. So I'm going to strip the ground side and the positive side. There's the positive. Here's the ground. I have a piece of shrink tubing. We'll put the shrink tubing on the wire, like so. And I'm going to crimp the positive to the old positive wire that I just installed the butt connector on. Just like this. So now we have a good positive crimp. I slide the shrink tubing over the connection I made. And then I melt the shrink tubing with a cigarette lighter to make a nice seal. And it looks like my cigarette lighter is almost out of juice. Might be just enough to do what I have to do. Nope, not quite. That's okay, I got a backup. Spare cigarette lighter. There we go. So this basically heats up the shrink tubing, and the tubing shrinks around your connection to give it a nice watertight seal, so you don't have to worry about corrosion or anything. And there it is. I know it's hard to see from there, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. Now I have an eye connector right here. This little eye connector is going to get crimped to the negative side. Like so. So I shouldn't have to drill any more holes or anything because this pump is identical to the one I took off. Now, as long as I don't drop the screw, we're good. I'll go ahead and tighten up the mounting screw. There's the mounting screw, and then the ground side. Nice and tight. There we go. So, this washer hose goes on this side like the old pump. I assume, unless they reversed it. And the other side fell down. I gotta grab it. There we go. And we'll hook her up. There. Now, if all goes well, the pump should instantly come on when I hit the button. And there we have a washer pump. But I think I have a bad connection somewhere, because the first time I hit the button, it didn't kick on. So I'm going to go into my switch panel and I'm going to see if I can find the problem there, and I will let you guys know what happened. I'm pretty sure it's just a switch connection, because I've had that switch box out a few times and I probably got a bad spot right there, so we're going to get that solved. So what I think it's going to do is we're going to conclude this episode of Mullet Skoolie build, and on the next video I'll let you know what I find with the washer switch assembly to see why I have intermittent power issues. Like I said, I think it's the switch itself. Worst case scenario, I can move the wires to a separate switch or an extra switch that I have, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I think that's all there is to it, and I want to thank you all for watching this episode, and we will see you for the next video next time. You guys take care, all right? Have a good one.